Welcome back to Warhammer Quest, the adventure card game. I'm doing Tracing the Toxicant, which is the second quest in the 5-quest campaign. And I have one little correction from the last episode, and that's with the Jezzail team. It basically says, when revealed, place this enemy in the shadows. This enemy cannot be engaged. Which I think the way I'm going to read it is, it would not have engaged the Bright Wizard, and it would not have given her 3 damage. So I'm going to remove 3 damage from the Bright Wizard for that ruling. I know the rule book itself says when you have an enemy come from the shadows, they are engaged with you, but this says this enemy cannot be engaged. So I'm going to use the card text as the rule, and that's how we're going to do it. Alright, so we're beginning this time with the Warrior Priest. And so I'm going to go down here. Now remember, the Warrior Priest is bleeding, which is not good. And our Bright Wizard is sickened. So, all not good. We're going to start now with Warrior Priest. Let's go and take a look at which action he is going to perform. Alright, since the Warrior Priest has been beaten up pretty badly, I think the first action he's going to take for his turn is going to be Battle Prayers. It says you may exhaust one non-nemesis enemy engaged with you. He will do that. He will exhaust the elite giant wolf. Then he gets to rest. He's going to be rolling 1 white die and unfortunately 2 black dice. So we're going to get to the dice tray and roll it. Alright, dice tray time. 1 white, 2 black. And let's see what we get. Wow, what an awesome roll. We get nothing for the enemies, and we get 2 successes for the Warrior Priest. So that means he's going to heal 2 times, and then we're going to continue on with the Battle Prayers card. Alright, so we get to heal 2 from the Warrior Priest and take no damage. So that's going to take him down to only 11 damage. That's pretty excellent stuff. And continuing on, we get to choose one hero. That hero becomes empowered. And I think we are going to empower the Bright Wizard. Let's go ahead and do that. So the Bright Wizard is going to be empowered. And ready all of your actions. Well, all of his actions are already readied, so that didn't have any effect. So that was a pretty good first turn for the Warrior Priest. Up next will be the turn for the Bright Wizard, and let's take a look and see what the Bright Wizard is going to do. Okay, I think it's time for the Bright Wizard to use a fireball. And where do I want to send the fireball? Oh, and I forgot, darn it, I forgot that the Warrior Priest was bleeding, so he will take 1 damage after all from the bleeding effect. And actually, if I use the aid on the Warrior Priest, I can get rid of the bleeding. But of course, if I use the aid, I'm going to take 3 possible attacks. This is all very annoying. However, aid, I think I'm going to use the aid as the second action. I think right now we are still sickened before your rest action. It's all very brutal choices, but I think we're going to, because we're empowered, I think we're going to use Fireball, which has 2 successes already on it. So we're going to use Fireball. You may engage an enemy. Well, I can't because I have 3 anyway. Then I do a ranged attack. Before this action, you may suffer 1 wound to target an additional enemy. I could probably clean house right here if I wanted to do it. Or I could clean house over at the... I think I'm going to attack the Warrior Priest's enemies with Fireball. So we're going to have 2 successes to start off with. And I'm empowered. So I'm going to have basically 3 successes and 1 shield. So let me get the dice tray set up, and then we're going to be rolling 2 dice for the attack. I have to apply -1 success. So I'm going to take 1 of these success tokens because I'm sickened, and we're just going to get rid of it because of the sickened condition. And it says before your rest action, get rid of this. So let's go over to the dice tray. Roll up 2 white dice and unfortunately 3 black dice. Alright, so we're going to be rolling the dice. Now we have empowered, we have 1 shield and 2 successes already, and we have to apply the successes before we start rolling dice. So what I'm going to do is put the one success on the rat swarm. That will actually kill it. And then we have another success and a shield here. I'm going to put the other success on the regular giant wolf. It has no armor. That's going to be like 1 damage. And we can't forget that our Bright Wizard has 1 shield. So she's going to be rolling 2 white dice for the... oh, and did she... And she's going to take a wound, which I forgot to mention, to be able to target 2 enemies at the same time. So we are targeting... oh man, okay, we're going to target the rat swarm, which we already did. It's going to kill it. And instead of the regular giant wolf, we're going to put the one other success on the elite giant wolf. And we took a damage, up to 10 damage. And now we can roll 2 white, 3 black dice, and we're going to be attacking the elite giant wolf and the rat swarm. So we really need 3 successes here in order to take out the elite giant wolf. Let's hope we can do it. Come on, we need 3 successes, and gall dang it, we get 2. Wouldn't you know it, we get 2. And we have 1 black die that has nothing on it. We have an attack, and we have the symbol. The symbol for the enemy, which we're going to have to process. So we already have 1 shield, so we have 2 shields, 2 successes, and we're going to have a couple of attacks. So let's process the dice. Alright, well, we'll start with the warrior priest's enemies. The giant, well, start with the rat swarm. The rat swarm got 1 success on it, a total of 4 damage. That means the rat swarm is no more. It has been eliminated. The elite rat swarm eliminated. The giant wolf had 1 success on it. That basically negates its armor, but we only did 2 successes against the giant wolf, which means, yes, the giant wolf is not killed, but it will have 2 wounds on it. 2 wounds of a possible 3 wounds, which is, I guess, okay. It hasn't killed it, darn it. We still have a shield, so now we have to go to the warrior, or the Bright Wizard, and process the rest of the turn over there. And if she wasn't sickened, damn it, and we didn't have to get rid of 1 success, we would have taken out the elite giant wolf, but that did not happen. Alright, she has 1 shield plus 1 for the empowered card, and she got the peril die, came up, and so did an attack. So the 1 attack has to go to the strongest enemy. That's going to be 2 damage, but we have 2 shields, so that blocks all of that. However, we do need to process the peril. It says either discard 1 success or become sickened. I think I have to discard a success because I cannot become sickened, so we're going to take it off of the burning head. And that's going to process then all of the Bright Wizard's turn. The empowered goes away, and that's the end of the Bright Wizard's turn. Oh, and after your attack action, you may choose a non-nemesis enemy, engage with you, and exhaust that enemy. So we will exhaust the really annoying gutter runner. The gutter runner we're going to exhaust. Alright, that's the end of the Bright Wizard's turn. Back we go now again to the Warrior Priest. Alright, so we're going to do Righteous Fury for our Warrior Priest second action, I think. We have 1 success here already. We're going to place that directly onto the giant wolf, which is going to negate its armor. It already has 2 damage. We just need to have 1 success to get rid of the giant wolf. You may engage 1 enemy, and I think we will. We're going to engage the rat swarm from the Bright Wizard. Bring that one over and engage it. And it also says, roll 2 dice. Before your action, exhaust another action to target an additional enemy and apply 1 success. So we're going to exhaust Path of Redemption, which means we're going to get another success, which means we're going to put the other success right on the giant wolf. That's a guaranteed kill, and we are going to target the giant wolf as well. So this one's going to die, guaranteed. We're going to target this one. If we can get 3 successes, we can take out the giant wolf as well. So we're going to be rolling 2 white dice, 2 black dice, Let's roll them up and see what we can get. All right, 2 white dice, 2 black dice. Come on, we need 3 successes. That would be awesome. Are we going to get them? Whoa. Okay, well, we get 2 attacks. That's bad news for damage, but we do get an exploding die. That's going to give us 1 success. So now we have 2. Come on, we need 1 more success. Ah! Damn it. And we get a freaking shield. Oh, just no luck. All right, let's go process the dice. Okay, so it's processing the roll time. Now, we already put 2 successes on the Giant Wolf Elite. So 2 more successes, 1 overcomes his armor, 1 more damage, and this enemy is eliminated, which is good. This was an elite wolf enemy. Now we have to process the 2 attacks, 1 for each. We do have, of course, 1 shield, and so the 1 shield will block the 1 attack from the rat swarm, but we're going to take 2 damage from the giant wolf. That's not good. And we have 2 successes to apply, and we were going to put those on the giant wolf, so that puts 2 damage onto the giant wolf, which of course is not enough to kill it, but at least it gives it a little bit of damage. All right, that takes care of the Righteous Fury, which we're going to exhaust, and that's it. So up last will be the Bright Wizard for the last turn of the round. And yes, before I forget, we are bleeding, which means we're going to take another damage. Oh man, this is just not looking the greatest. All right, now let's finish up with the Bright Wizard. Okay, the action we want to take with the Bright Wizard, the last one, we want to get rid of Sickened. It says before your rest action, discard this condition. So we're going to take a rest action. We're going to get rid of Sickened. And our rest action is Smoldering Wrath, which already has 1 success on it. You may exhaust 1 non-nemesis enemy engaged with you. Yes, we will. Exhaust the giant wolf. And then you rest 2 white die. If your remaining health is 4 or less, you get +2. It's not. So we're basically just going to be rolling 2 white dice for healing for our Bright Wizard. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, we're going to be rolling 2 white dice for healing, no black dice, because our Bright Wizard has no engaged enemies that are not exhausted. And God, I'm rolling terribly. We get 1 success, which means we're going to heal 1 wound. All right, let's go to the Bright Wizard, heal or wound. And that's going to be the end, I think, of the hero's turn. But of course, we already have 1 success on Smoldering Wrath, so we're going to be healing actually 2 wounds. So better than nothing. And that takes care of Smoldering Wrath. Yes, it does. So we have 15 wounds on the Warrior Priest. He's at 10 health. We have 8 wounds here on the Bright Wizard, which is also not good. All right, well, at the end of that, of course, it's now the enemy phase. So let's get processing the enemies. So first player, we start with the Warrior Priest. Yes, he has 2 enemies engaged with him. We might as well do the giant wolf. He's going to lacerate. If this enemy is engaged with you, become bleeding. Already bleeding, you're not going to be bleeding twice. So he's still bleeding. Then pray the enemy engages the hero with the most wounds. That is the Warrior Priest. Then he's going to inflict 2 more damage. Oh my goodness. We're up to way too much damage. But that's going to exhaust, of course, the giant wolf. Then we go over to the Bright Wizard. And the Bright Wizard has no ready, unexhausted enemies with her. So we're going to go up to the Shadows. So we're going to take a look at... We're going to have her process the Jezzael team. Inflict. So our Bright Wizard, unfortunately, is going to take 3 damage. But she's got the most health, sort of. So we're going to do that. And then Unstable. And Unstable, so this enemy can't be engaged. It's just going to sit in the shadows. But Unstable, this enemy suffers 1 wound. So instead of having 2 health, or 3 health, it now has 2 health. And that's suffer a wound. So... it just gets a straight wound. So it'll hang around for 3 turns and then it will basically kill itself. Back we go now to the Warrior Priest. And the Warrior Priest has the lovely Rat Swarm. It's going to advance. It's already here. It's going to inflict. Gives him another damage. He's up to the lovely, wow, 18 damage. That's brutal, absolutely brutal. But of course, we exhaust this. And yes, we exhausted the Jezzail team. Alright, that's all the enemies engaged with Warrior Priest. There's only one enemy left unexhausted, and that's the one in the shadows. And so for the Bright Wizard, let's go ahead and process that. And we have the one enemy in the shadows that's just going to flip over. And what do we have? It's not elite. Oh, man, another Jezzail team. Well, okay. It's going to inflict. That means 2 damage against the Bright Wizard. So, wow. I don't know how we're going to get out of this scenario. I don't see it. We're just getting so much damage, so much bleeding, so much sickened. Yeah, and then it is also unstable. So when revealed, place the enemy in the shadows. Well, it was already there. The enemy cannot be engaged. Well, we know that from the other elite one. Unstable, this enemy suffers a wound. So it too is going to get a wound. So it's going to end up being exhausted. It's also going to end up having 1 wound of 3 hit points. Wow, these guys do a lot of damage. I don't know how we're going to pull this off. All right, we're going to back out. And then we're going to be wrapping up. We're going to be going again to the next phase, which is going to be the location phase. Oh, this is terrible. All right, so at the end of the enemy phase, yes, we take all of the exhaust tokens that I'm putting on here, these little dice, off the enemies, so they're all ready to go for the next round. And then we go to the location phase. And of course we have no successes on it because we didn't explore at all. It says, so we have no start of location effects. We're not moving on. We need 7 successes. At the end of the location phase, the party leader rolls an enemy die. On a claw, he becomes sickened. Oh, great. All right, let's roll that up and see what we get. All right, we're going to roll 1 black die. We don't want to see a claw, and we see a claw. Yay! So that means, oh my god, our Warrior Priest becomes sickened. So not only is he bleeding, he's now also sickened. Oh, things are going downhill really, really fast. And up last is the peril phase. So our tracker is moving into the green. And the green says we're choking and snorting away on fumes. Distribute 2 wounds among the party. We're going to give both those wounds to the Bright Wizard. That's going to take her from 13 damage up to 15, right? Yes. Oh man, this is just nasty. So I'm going to back out. We're going to wrap up our episode for today. Wow, it's going to be a short series as we just get pounded on. All right, as you can see, not doing well. I'm going to, of course, the first action will be for Bright Wizard. Bright Wizard is going to become the first player for our next round. Oh man, we are in a terrible, terrible shape. We have 15 wounds on the Bright Wizard, which is not good. She only has 7 health left. We have 18 wounds on the Warrior Priest, who also has only 7 health left. We haven't put 1 success on the fungal patch. We have another location before we get to the final location. Odious Grump is in the stack somewhere, hasn't shown up yet. These Jezzail teams are just brutal, doling out way too much damage. I don't see how I'm going to pull this one off, but you never know. But with only 7 health left each, Warrior Priest sickened and bleeding, I don't see how we're going to win it. But hey, it is what it is. I haven't had, I guess, the greatest luck, and of course my strategy probably has sucked as well. So, and yes, the game is much harder if you just use 2 characters instead of the full 4. The game is designed and balanced, I do believe, to play all 4 characters at the same time. So getting my butt handed to me here is not really too surprising. Anyway, thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, likes, dislikes, anything at all. Appreciated. So join me next time for, I believe it's going to be round 5. I don't know how many more rounds I'm going to survive. If we don't go to the find the warp stone, we're not going to knock our peril track back. We're going to be into the blue. The blue, of course, does even more nasty things to us. So thanks so much, and we'll see you, hopefully, doing a little bit better for round 5.